Alright, so here we are in Fortnite. First step is to open Fortnite, change the mode to creative, accept, and click on play and launch server. They've got going on right now, it's Halloween. If you couldn't tell by the massive amounts of purple. Okay, this one is an island that I have created. One thing you can do is hit the E key and then you can create a new island. So that's what we're going to do. This one's a scavenger hunt. That's what we're going to go into. But for now, create an island. Now this is pretty cool because you get to choose what kind of terrain that you like. And it has the description here. For the purposes of a scavenger hunt, I thought it'd be more interesting to have a more varied landscape. So that's why I chose I believe I chose the Canyon Island. So you can choose whichever ones you want, but that's what I do for now. Then you click confirm. Then you name it. And then that's when it loads. Alright, so here we are on the island. I'm gonna just drop down real fast for y'all. And, well, looks like I'm not dropping at all. One of the things that you'll want to do is turn the phase off. You can do that by hitting the N. The phase is whether or not you can like fly through stuff. I prefer to leave it off. Makes everything a little bit easier. Next thing you're going to want to do is hit the Alt key on your keyboard. This is going to pull up your menu. Make sure you're clicked on Creative. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the Consumables gallery. The Consumables is a great way to create any kind of game that you have going on, and that's because they can influence variables like score and things like that. So when you throw it down, you hear this nice soothing sound. You're going to want to delete probably all but one of these. It's up to you. You can have as many as you want in a project, but I prefer to keep just one around. Unless you want one as a decoy. Now if you select the phone tool and press the X, you can delete all the ones you don't want. Now because it is Halloween, I want to keep the pumpkin around, right? Who wouldn't? So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, now it is your choice how many of these you put around the map, but I am just going to put one. That way when the first player reaches the pumpkin, they grab it, the game is automatically over. Very next thing that you want to do is go into the prefabricated buildings and select the one you want. This is the one I want. It's the haunted homestead, and we're going to equip that. Okay, so I'm going to put this identical building on the tops of all of these locations, and there it is. Perfect. So, here's another. Let's equip a few more. Okay. This is pretty fun to just throw buildings. And the difficult part is no one really knows which one has the actual treasure. So that's going to be the difficult part. I'm going to add one more. They're just going to have to find out for themselves. Let's go place the treasure. All right. Now, I'm going to be a little cheeky and put it up in here. All right. I'm going to turn phase on so I can get up here in the attic. And let's go to the devices. Select the collectibles gallery. Throw it down. And let's delete whatever ones we don't want. I think that's it. Okay. Excellent. So here you have it. Now what I can do is I can pull it, or I can push it, or I can duplicate it. So if you hit R and select it, you can copy it and so forth. So all right. The next thing that you want to do is find a good hiding place for it. Now, I'm in a really good hiding place, but let's say I want to put this somewhere else. One thing I can do is right click on it, and that will cut it from a space. And then I can stow it right there. All right? Perfect. I can also do multiples, but I'm not going to this time. All right. The next step here is to change the game settings. So you're going to hit Alt again. Now this is what is going to help you make sure that we can get someone to actually win the game, okay? Now, because I only have one item to pick up, as soon as someone picks up that item, I want the game to be over. So these are the settings that I'm going to use. So I'm going to hit the Alt key, go to game. I'm going to set score to end at 1. Now you can set that to literally whatever you want, but the score to end at 1, okay? And also the team's free for all because everyone's going to be on their own team. No classes, infinite spawns. There's only one round. It's a very simple game, right? There's no time limit, so a lot of games have time limits. And the win condition is most score, right? Which makes sense because there's only going to be 1 point. There's no eliminating other players or damaging other players. So that is how you set up the actual game. And this is what it looks like. So you just hit Alt, start game, and we are ready to go. So this is how the game will actually be. Now, the thing is with my game, I know exactly where the item is, so I'm going exactly to the house that has it. Now, in the future, if I have my friends play this game, if I want to torture them, then, yeah, they'll have to find the item. But I know exactly where it is, so I'm just going to drop right on it. Just because I want to show you what it looks like when you're right on it. So when I touch this, it's going to be over. Ta-da! So that is the game. Next, I'm going to show you how to create the atmosphere of the game. Right now, these are basically default settings. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit Alt again. You're going to go to Settings. Now, you have a bunch of different things, but I'm going to choose a late time. Again, you can see it's got a bit of a different feel at 11 p.m. Now that moon is awful bright, so we got to tone the brightness down. Okay, let's tone it down some more. Okay. I'm also going to set the camera filter to low exposure. I am going to change the fog thickness. Something like 70 looks good. And I'm going to change the fog color to magenta. Okay, you see how this map looks entirely different. In addition to that, we are going to change the light color as well. Red works. Ooh, green might actually be not bad. But let's stick with magenta as well. So here we have just a much more atmospheric, a little bit spookier map that feels a little bit more like Halloween. And there you have it. You've got a playable game. It works really nicely. It's quite difficult, but you can make it as easy or as difficult as you want. So good luck, and if you do decide to follow the tutorial and make your own creation, I'd love to hear what you guys are creating. So feel free to post that in the comments, drop a link, or share your creations with me. That would be great. Thanks so much.